everybody, it's Jeff, Aromatics. Have you ever had a time when you wanted to smoke your pipe, but you just couldn't decide on what you wanted to smoke, so you ended up packing two bowls and you just go back and forth? I rarely have those moments. I usually know what I want to smoke, but today I didn't. Just because I've got that new full Virginia Flag burnt ends, and it's kind of rare, and I keep looking at the jar and I'm thinking, I really want to smoke that, but I don't know if I'm in the mood for Virginia. I decided to pack a bowl, and I come outside, and I like it. I'm enjoying it, but it's a little bit mild, and I'm kind of thinking, I still don't know what I want to smoke. It's not really hitting the spot for me at the moment. So I thought maybe I'll go in and I'll grab a burley. So I went in and grabbed another smoke, and I figured, hey, I would do a pipe tobacco review. So that's kind of a problem with having too much of something, a real wide cellar. Is there's a saying that I like, and it goes, too much choice can be a prison. And that can be pretty true. A good example is I remember years ago when all we had was a couple channels on the antenna, and we would look forward to watching CSI on Fridays, at 11 o'clock at night. That one time it was on, and we would just be excited. We'd have our popcorn or whatever, and we'd watch it. We'd enjoy it, and we'd be fully invested. Now we have so many channels. We can watch all those shows whenever we want, but it just seems like you're not as invested as you were, because you're watching one thing and you're thinking, oh, I could be watching this, or I could be watching that. Same as with, say, pipe tobaccos. You're smoking one, and maybe you're thinking, oh, I could be smoking this, or I could be smoking that. But if you only add one or two choices, you just enjoy whatever you have. Anyway, enough of that. We'll get on to the pipe tobacco review. And the tobacco that we will be reviewing today is the Gawith and Hoggarth's Kendal Mixture. Now, I figured I would continue on with this Gawith and Hoggarth bulk shag series. That wasn't really supposed to be a series, but it seems to be coming that. Someone asked me said that they really liked this one of my viewers, and I thought, yeah, I'll review that, because I haven't done it yet. And then I have reviewed Kendal number 7. I think that's the last of my bulk shags, but maybe I'll re-review it next, and then I can finish all the shags off, and that way, if anyone's interested, they can kind of compare and see which one they might be interested in. Now, this one is a mixture. It's hard to say what it is, actually, because all the descriptions are different, but I'll tell you what I think it is. But some people say it's just dark-fired Virginias. Other people say it's a mixture of Burleys and Virginias. We'll get onto that in a minute. It is a typical shag cut. I'll show you a nice little picture of it here. The smell in the tin, I won't open it. I already smelled it. It actually doesn't smell like much at all. It's very, very mild. And one thing I'll say is, of all the Kendal shags and tobaccos, this is the most pure of those. It doesn't have really much topping at all. So if you're worried about that, and that's an issue, you want the strength, you want something, Gawith and Hoggarth, but you don't like the floral, and additives that they put in. This has got the least, if any, that you'll notice. I've loaded up my Andrew Sergliano pipe here. That shag, it packs in this nice deep bowl really well. That way you don't have to go all the way to the bottom, because that's probably a little bit too much for me today. I'll have a sip of my coffee first before I have a puff. We will light up and see what we're tasting. Pretty mild winter this year. Pretty happy about that. I can sit outside and enjoy my pipe without freezing to death. It is cold, it's not as comfortable as a nice sunny day, but I'll take what I can get. So what I'm tasting right away, burley. This is, maybe it's not all burley, but it's definitely a burley forward mixture, burley forward blend. So it's pretty deep, pretty rich. It's on the richer side of most tobaccos in this genre. First thing I notice is toasty, darkish, nutty burley. And actually there is a slight bit of kind of toasted hay. So I wouldn't be surprised if there is a little bit of bright Virginia in there. You can really taste that nice sweet smokiness in the retrohale. Some people have kind of compared this to a cigar. I find this actually the least cigar-y compared to, say, the dark bird's eye. That's a little more cigar-y to me. Definitely the brown number 4 twist, or the brown Irish X twist, is more cigar-y than this is to me. Just tastes more like a burley mixture. Now this is more on the the richer type of burley. It's not necessarily like the, say, the codger type that's kind of sweet white type of burley. This would be more if you like, say, watch this. Yeah, really reminds me of Watch City Cigars American Cut Plug, which I'll have to do a review of yet. So there might be a little bit of dark fired in there. It's not dark fired forward, but the dark fired Kentucky can kind of give it a little bit of a richness, a little bit of a floral flavor, but not enough that you get the barbecue. There's no barbecue. There's just a deeper flavor there than just you would get from a straight burley, I think. What else? I would maybe also compare it to, say, Amphora burley. Like it's that got that kind of vibe to it. So if you like the Amphora burley, those types of richer, richer types, but you like more like a shag cut, this would be a good way to go. No Kendal flavoring at all that I can detect. Of course, I'm used to that, so I might not detect it as easily as some people who are more sensitive. But yeah, I like it. A little bit mundane for me sometimes, because it's of all the shags, it does seem to be like the more basic, the unflavored. But if you like that kind of stuff, it even almost kind of reminds me a little bit of the burley flakes from Cornell and Deal, like number 4, not the ones with the preak, but the ones that just have the Virginia and burley. It's got that kind of richness, but it's not quite as deep as that. It's kind of if you kind of the in-between stage of, say, Amphora type of burley or any of the burley flakes, but it's darker, deeper than those, and maybe a little stronger, but not quite as strong as the burley flakes. So very good. I like it. It's nice, just maybe a little bit mundane, a little bit basic. I think I like the Kendal Kentucky a little bit more myself, but I can see why people like this. It's just if you're in the mood for a burley, a cup of coffee in the morning to give you a nice kick. I don't really taste a lot of nicotine on this. It's definitely not as much as the dark fired Virginias that Gawith has, but or Samuel Gawith. So anyway, has any of you guys tried this? What do you think of it? Let me know, and I'll leave it at that. Hope you guys enjoyed my review, and I'll see you on my next one. So till then.